Hello and welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to give another update on the conditions that now exist in the country where a lot of people are without power. Across country, we've been hearing of the cold, frigid temperatures, not just in Texas, but throughout the country. It's really something when you can have a day where it's like topping off in the 20s and you think that that's a warm-up. That shows you just how rough it's been for a lot of people. But to get over into the 20s and feel some relief, you're saying to yourself, it was cold. It was definitely cold for you to feel relief, to have 20 something or 20, somewhere around 20 degrees of temperature. And so that is the warm up for some people, but for others, they are still well into the teens or below zero. The overnight temperatures are the ones that are the most challenging because it gets even colder if the sun goes in. In some cases, the sun isn't even coming out in the daytime, but for some reason at night, it is always colder. And so a lot of people are going through right now, having it really rough. I've been looking at many of the comments from the video that I did the other day, and some of you are actually reporting how the conditions are where you are down in Florida. I'm sorry, down in Texas, not in Florida, down in Texas. And the conditions that you are reporting, I'm really sorry to hear that many are going through these things. Many are without water. Some of you have said that you're taking to your car to keep warm. One brother even said he doesn't have a vehicle, so he says he doesn't have a car that he can go to try to keep warm. And so you definitely feel for people that are going through these situations like this where they don't have a place of refuge, but they're dealing with no power, no water, no heat. So it is definitely rough for a lot of people right now. Many of you are saying that you're holding on the best that you can, while others are just really very concerned about what they are going to do. Some of you have retreated to family members, so it's good to have that option available as well. But for those of you who don't have any place else to go, you are definitely in our prayers, and you know this is really something. I know in all of this, a lot of people are experiencing the same or similar things. We did have a pipe to bust, and thankfully it busted in an area to where we just had to tear a hole in the ceiling. It was one of the spigots that go outside to, for one of the water faucets outside. We were able to tear a hole in the ceiling and just cut that pipe and cap it off. Of course, we did get the flood first. A lot of water did come into the basement area. Not enough to flood, but enough to get some things wet down there. So we were able to fix that pipe and just cap it off. Thankfully, my husband had some plumbing parts to get that done, because we wouldn't have been able to go to any place to get anything. The roads were too bad. It was on a Sunday, as a matter of fact, and so nothing was open. Plumbing place wasn't open, and anything that we could have gotten from a nearby bigger store is so far away that it would have been a long drive and rough weather. So we thank the Most High that he did have the plumbing to fix that pipe, to cap it off until we could do something more permanent. We also lost a rooster. I think I mentioned that in another video. And this morning we saw that one of our ducks, we have, I'd say close to 30 ducks, but one of them, he was out there in the middle of the pond. The pond is frozen, of course, but he is out there and he didn't survive. He or she didn't survive. We're not sure why they went out to the middle of the pond, but the pond is frozen and the poor bird is just out there on top of the frozen pond or lake, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, these are the things that happen in situations like this, where you have this extreme weather. And so it's always sad to hear of loss of life, human life, or animals that succumb to this type of thing. It's a very sad thing, and it shows you that at any time these situations can come upon you. And so this is why it's very, very important that when you can, you prepare for these times. I saw some of your comments where you said you've been listening to us for years, and because of that, you said, hey, we're going to prepare. We're going to do this, that, and the third. And many of you were prepared for this because you've been taking heed to those warnings of prepare, prepare, prepare. Of course, there are situations that you can't prepare for, but you prepare as best as you can. And so I'm going to say this. Wintertime is one thing that you must prepare for, but you also must prepare for what spring and summer have to offer as well. Being prepared is something that you have to do at all times, even fall. There are things that can happen at any time of the year that you want to be prepared for. If there is a drought, what do you do in situations like that? We've heard of people whose wells have dried up during periods of drought. So again, what do you do? What do you do? So the time to prepare is every day. I say preparation is one of those things that you want to invest some time in on a daily basis. Regardless to how big or small, preparation is the key. Well, anyway, keep safe, family. Do what you can, and hopefully this will give way at some point soon so that we can get a bit of relief. It's looking like the weekend is going to bring some relief for some areas, and so we're looking forward to that, of course. I'm done with this video. Leave your comments below. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, share and like this video. And with that, I'm out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.